Howdy everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Brick Travie, and today we're going to be doing something I've been putting off for a while because my Lego room wasn't quite as organized as I wanted it to be. But we're going to be doing a room tour, or kind of just showing you around. Like I said, this has been about a year since I've done my last one, and a lot of changes have happened in the Lego room. A lot of things I've added, new sets, new things, new kind of storage techniques. Who knows? But let's go in there and take a look. So as always, you know, guys, I do have my Lego room locked. Right now I have it unlocked because I want to walk in there very easily. But yeah, I keep it locked just because a lot of people think, oh, people are breaking into your house. No, it's mainly because my dogs can open doors. A lot of people laugh at that, but it's completely true. My dog can turn handles, especially the handles I have, and then she likes to chew on things, and Lego's a little too expensive to be chewing on. So as you can see behind me, the room layout hasn't changed too much, but let's get you turned around so you can see what we're talking about. And there we go. We got you guys turned around, and we'll give you a little layout of the room. A little wide shot. And as you guys can see, you know, the basic layout of the room has changed. I have added back shelving, which, like I said, I did that last year, and I actually think I made a video about doing that. But as you can see, I have it fully stocked now. One of the biggest things I did in here was add this table. I actually got this table for free. It was brand new when I got it, and it was just a perfect dimensions that I was looking for. Now, this is an adjustable table, so I can move it up, down, lower, however I want it, basically, just based on my needs, really. But it fits dang near perfect by like a centimeter within my windowsill. That way, if it slides or anything, it'll stay in that one spot. As well as my actually minifigures back there, but we'll get to that when we come around the room. So this is my actual storage closet, my Lego closet, as I like to call it. And it looks immensely better than it did yesterday because, like I said, I actually cleaned this yesterday. So you'll see here that I did used to have a shelf here, and I removed that shelf because it was kind of tacky. It was kind of just didn't fit in here right. Eventually what I would do is go and get shelves like I have on the wall here and add them in here so I can stack more stuff, kind of like what this is. And I might eventually get rid of these and put a sturdier, smaller one so I can store things in here. So down there, you'll see my UCS Millennium Falcon. It's still unbuilt and in the box, and whenever I get room for it, I will build it for sure. Recently, this has been about a year in the making. When I get the big Lego bags, for whatever reason, I like to keep them, and I don't know why. So there's some paper ones there. There's the vinyl ones in there. Don't ask me why I keep them. I don't know, but I guess it's one of those weird things that Lego collectors do. And if we take a look at the top of our closet, we have all of my unbuilt Lego. So you can see we have quite a few large sets. We have quite a few small sets. Just stuff I haven't really gotten around to building yet, and kind of really just don't have the time to. But when I do eventually get around to building them, I'm sure they'll be really nice sets, like Hocus Pocus. You know, I was really excited for that one because it's a Disney one, and it just kind of it fell in the back burner. It's in the backlog now. Same thing with Ariel. I've had Ariel for almost a year now, and it's on the backlog, but hopefully I'll get to build them soon. This was actually a project I was working on. It was the Disney 100 tiles. I did all 72 of them, and I was going to build a very big display for them, and I just never did it. So like I said, all the brick for it is right there. It's just, I've been so busy with work, I haven't really done it. So these two totes, the top one is all of my Christmas Lego, and that tote is completely full. So when the new Winter Village set leaks this year, I will have to get either a new tote or start a second tote because that one is jam-packed full. Now, the tote directly below that is all of my other display sets that I do not currently have on display. It's Star Wars, it's mainly Star Wars, but there are some other sets in there. Eventually I will rotate them out, just not right now. So we'll check this little bottom case here. This is all of my poly bags. And the peep right there, I have a signed 501st Clone Trooper from M&R Productions. Kind of a cool little thing there. Quite a few things in here. I do have my Blue Milk Luke, a DJ, 20th anniversary Obi-Wan. Like, it's just, they're basically just my poly bags that I haven't done anything with. They're open. I have my May 4th gift, or I think this was for the the Venator, and I haven't even opened it. It still has the seal on it. But yeah, those are just all my unbuilt poly bags. So in here, I, for whatever reason, got the little hat things from May 4th last year, and all of my train tracks. So when I bring out my winter display, I always bring my train track out there with it, but that's where it stays stored until I really call for it, really. We'll put those back in there. Now this top shelf's more miscellaneous stuff. We have a Batman pin. We have keychains and bag ties that were on clearance. This is a card my friends got me. They actually paid for, they gave me $300 and something. Very nice of my friends to do that, but they did for appreciation because I do help my friends out a lot. You know, I'm one of those people that always helps my friends in need and kind of just don't really ask for anything in return, but they got together and got me a gift of $300, $350, I think, and it went toward getting my UCS Falcon, but I actually got my UCS Falcon for free. I ended up trading for it, so they ended up helping me get my Venator. So I really appreciate my friends, so thank you. If you're watching this video, again, I really appreciate you. Some flowers I have built, and a bow tie I got at Brick Fair, Virginia last year. I keep forgetting I have this, and I need to wear a dress up one day and go to work and just wear this, and they'll be like, oh, you're so cool, Travis. That's in my dreams. This is a figure from Brickfest. I do not recommend going to Brickfest. I paid $45 for this. It was absolutely awful. But also a pin that's awful. But yeah. Oh, put this stuff back. So that's the Lego closet. It's a lot more organized. Eventually, like I said, I will add more totes, add a shelf, kind of keep the storage room going. So let's get that shut. So up here, you'll see I have my lanyards from different things I have attended. So this was the Brickfest Live. I did this in December. I couldn't tell you who this guy's name is, but he was a Brickmaster on Brickmasters, or I think that's Lego Brickmasters. Yeah, the Fox TV show. I haven't actually watched the show. I've heard a lot of people say good things about it. It's a lot of fun, but I just don't have cable, and I can't find the episodes anywhere. I've seen bits and pieces of it, though. Pretty cool show. But he signed my lanyard, and I got a picture with him. Very friendly guy. Just, you know, I'd never seen the show, so I didn't really know him. So this was the Art of the Brick. This came to North Carolina last year. It's Nathan Sewa. He was actually a very, very cool exhibit. I enjoyed seeing it. I did get quite a few things there. So here we have my Saturn V rocket. It's one of my favorite Lego sets, and it's a shame that it's on the floor. But the fact of the matter is it's super tall, and there's really nowhere to put it. So we'll start on this side of our display, and I'll work our way around. So on this top shelf, 99% of it is Disney. Actually, I think all of this top shelf is Disney, and I kept it that way just because I love Disney. My family goes every single year. I've been just about every single year I've been alive. I have a season pass right now, and it's just absolutely stunning. You know, I question some things, but I like the product, and I'll watch it till, you know, I eventually have kids and help them watch it. So some of my favorites up here, I do love this Haunted Mansion. You know, I love that figure. I love that set. It's absolutely amazing. I have all of the princesses. I think the only princess that we are missing in minifigure form is Belle, which is super unfortunate. We get figures like Moana before we get a classic like Beauty and the Beast Belle. So that's a shame there. And then we even have Princess back there. We got Prince Charming and Prince Philip before we got Belle. So, yeah. We have all of the Incredibles. We have everything. We have almost all of the Disney villains as well, if you look over here. We have almost all of the available Disney villains. The only one we are missing is Stinky Pete. So if you guys know where I can get a Stinky Pete, let me know. We have the Up House, of course, signature set. Steamboat Willie. We have the man, Walt Disney himself, as well as some Pirates of the Caribbean figs. I don't have quite all of those yet, but I do have 2 of the 3 mainline ships. The Black Pearl is just ridiculously expensive. So this next shelf here is more of a display-ish type set. So of course we have our UCS Luke's Landspeeder. This needs to go somewhere else, but that is one of the pods from Jurassic World, but I don't know how that ended up there. I've just cleaned the room, so I'll probably put it there for a reason. We have the Naboo N1 Starfighter. This is the UCS version from 2002. And, woo, that chrome looks amazing. Awesome set. It's one of my favorite sets I have here in the room. We have some classic 1999 little sets. And believe it or not, these were super cheap back in the day. 4 figures. And they still kind of hold it today. I like the yellow Star Wars figures. You know, you don't get those anymore. They use skin tone now. But really excited to see these. Then we have all of our dioramas, and I have them in timeline order from right to left. I don't know why I did it from right to left and not left to right, but you know, we have A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. And then come over here, we have all of our buildable characters. We're missing, I think, BB-8. I don't think I have BB-8, but we have Yoda, Baby Yoda. We got Rocket, and Rocket's actually a new addition. Only had him for a month or so, but I really liked Rocket, especially after the third Guardians movie, and they flushed his story out a bit more, but had to buy this when it came out. Dio, and of course, BD-1 from Jedi Survivor. R2-D2. We got a Bionicle back there. Ooh, I wish I had more of those, but I actually got that one on sale. We have our UCS A-Wing, and then this is an actual Lego. I mean, I don't know if you can see with that. Lego parts on a Rubik's Cube. So I did solve this, and I'm so scared to move it, so I don't want to have to solve it again, so I keep it just like that. We got my Lego Passport. I actually can't get one of these in my Raleigh store, and I haven't actually taken it to the Raleigh store yet to get stamped. But anytime you go to a new store, you take your passport and you get it stamped, and it's always a cool little thing to do. If I ever remember to bring it, sometimes when I go on trips, I forget about it. But when I do remember, it is cool to get those stamps. We have the helmet line. We have all of our helmets on display. Crazy enough, that one back there is super expensive, and I don't know why. And then we have the Dark Trooper helmet, which is a little weird. Can't already tell, I'm a huge fan of the BrickHeads. I have probably more than 150 now. It's ridiculous how many I have. Whenever I see them, I'm addicted to buying them. They're only $10, but $10 adds up very quickly. And I think there's 5 more coming out in May. So, I mean, they add up very quickly. But, yep. And surprisingly enough, my first one was right here, the duck. I actually got it for a friend of mine, or we'll call him a friend, for Easter, and we built it together, and somehow that turned into 150 of them. But yeah, love the BrickHeads. I think it's one of my favorite lines outside of Star Wars. So then we have the Master Builder series of the Moss Isley Cantina. I don't know why I had a brain fart right there, but I sure enough did. We have the 1999 Luke's Landspeeder, and then we have the newest version of the playset version. And I put them both up there kind of to show it how Lego has improved over time. And boy, has it. But that is actually one of my favorite sets. That's one of the first big sets that I bought. I didn't even buy it. It was gifted to me for Christmas by that same friend that did that one. So thank you to that friend. We have a part of the unofficially part of the Starship series, which is the Executor. It's spelled the same, but it's the Executor. Excuse me. Very cool set. I'm excited to get some of the newer ones that come out just a couple days ago. Just haven't quite bought them yet. Just didn't have the time or money for it right now. Then we have the Indiana Jones. One of my favorite Indiana Jones movies, The Raiders of the Lost Ark. And one of my favorite scenes, the snakes, the Well of Souls. I hate snakes. And, you know, it just kind of, I think that's why I kind of relate to Indiana Jones a little bit, because I hate snakes. Little bitty Easter egg right there. We have R2-D2 and C-3PO in a Raiders of the Lost Ark set. So right next to that, we have another Disney diorama with Peter Pan. Wendy is actually on the top shelf there because she's with the rest of my Disney display, but I already have Peter Pan and Wendy, so, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. So that one I think I've got listed for sale right now. That's why it's kind of randomly placed here. We have the 2023 May UCS set with the X-Wing. Going down to our last shelf on this side, we have 2 of the Disney 100 sets. So to the right there, we have the camera. And then in the middle, we have the villains icons. which is a very it's a very interesting set. It's not my favorite, but I did buy this for the villains because I like the Disney villains. And you see we have Gaston, and I think the rest of them are kind of a little too hard to get to, so we'll leave them in there. We have a miniature Lego store display, which I really enjoy that, but just an odd little one-off set. We have the UCS Republic gunship, and I want to love this set. It's so amazing, but these minifigures are a little bit disappointing. They are good minifigures, but at the same time, I don't think that's really what the people wanted. So down here, we have all of our kind of against battles. Kind of one of those scenes from a couple years ago that nobody really wanted or needed. I think it's still a cool set, but it's just not a lot of people wanted it. And then we have the rest of our verses. I think the best one they've done in a while was the Maul and Ahsoka one. It was a cheap set, $20, and you get two really good figures, Maul and Ahsoka. So we have that really good Yavin set from last year with the mini Y-Wing, which is a cool little set. I'm interested to see how the Death Star looks this year, but that's what we have there. And then, of course, we have an AT-AT and an MTT. Not an MTT. Is, the floor here. This is something I originally just really didn't want to do. I didn't want to put anything on the floor, but I think the way I have it set up now is a lot more organized and how it looks. So you see here we have our brick separator display case. Eventually this will go on the wall, and I'll have to get a bigger one, as you can see. We have some storage heads, and mainly just have bags and spare parts in there, like the extra pieces that come in sets. Those plastic containers, the colorful ones, hold my battle packs, like the ones that I don't build. They end up in there, and I don't know what I'll do with the extra pieces. I'll do something with them eventually. And this is something I just recently found out with these containers right here. They fit perfectly under my shelf in between the rows of the rails. So I'm actually very pleased with how it looks. It looks very neat and organized. You can see how I have the pieces in there. That's actually the mini scale Hogwarts, the 6,600 piece one. And that is the corner garage. And then, of course, that is all of my Lego minifigures. We have well over 400 minifigures in here. We have all of my 501st clones, some shock troopers and phase 2 troopers, droids, dinosaurs, mantas, alligators. You know, we have so many figures in here, and I just recently changed away from my foil pack ones. We have unopened CMFs. We have so much, but we moved away from my foil pack ones. So when I was doing things and I was looking for particular minifigures to kind of like showcase and move around, it was so hard to locate the figures because the back, you couldn't see the back. So you had to like, and then if you, I don't know if you can, but the actual clear film there is actually very dull. It's very dull, so you can't, even with the figure in there, it's very hard to see. So I decided to move away from that and try something different. So, of course, we have our table here, so we'll take a look at the center. So this is Butcher Block. It's very sturdy. My friend Larry wants to actually do a epoxy table and put Lego bricks in there, so I think that'll be a cool project in the future. So up here, we have all of my custom minifigures. I'm not really a big fan of custom minifigures, but I had a little phase about a year, maybe 2 years ago, where I really thought they were the coolest things in the world. And I just think they're really expensive. I think my money's just better spent buying the sets that's official Lego brick, but it is cool to have some of those. And we have our Heads of Hogwarts house, which of course that goes with my Hogwarts set down there. And then here is my display of all of my favorite, or I think most displayable minifigures. And as they, you know, I get more, I'll add more cases up here. And of course I have plenty of figures I can put in here. I recently started doing the Batman minifigures. Super into that. Eventually I'll have to get more and more Batman because I love Batman. I think he'll be a really cool addition to my collection here. And I do have some pretty rare figures in here. You know, I do have that 2002 Django. I have the Padme. I have Watto, 1999 Watto. Darth Revan right beside it. Ooh. I got the original Fifth Brother. You know, I do have some rare figs. You know, they're not super rare. You know, I don't have any Cloud City Bobas in here, but I do got some cool figs. So down here, this box is actually all of my Brickhead manuals, and they are in order and the year they came out. And this is all my instruction manuals. Down here on this floor, we have just random pieces of bricks and all kinds of things, microfighters, things like that, you know, just little stuff. Moving up to our top shelf. So we'll back up so you can see this is one of the newest things that I've just recently done. I organized this whole side. This is kind of like the reason I cleaned my room, because the top shelf here was getting out of hand. So we put all of my Lego City sets on top shelf, and it looks fantastic. Of course, we have our Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle, and it turned out pretty well. There's Kevin Feige, our Leviathan, and Sandman. And then, of course, that's one of my favorite sets. I just always have to have it on display. I love that set. It is Darth Vader's castle on Mustafar. Just hands down one of the best sets they've really done. And I don't display the back of it, but the front side just looks absolutely magnificent for what it is. It is a play set. Then we have our Haunted Manor, that little motorized one. Very cool. I do have a motor for it, but I think when I built it wrong, because the elevator gets caught a little bit. So eventually I might take it apart and do it again just to make sure I do it right. We have several modulars here. We have 3 right here, and we have another one down there. So we have 4 total modulars. Then we have our carousel, and I do have the motor on this one. Something very cool. I love that set. I don't think I'll ever get rid of that set. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. We have our Tantive, our Chewbacca, that 2008 Death Star. Moving over to the next shelf, we have some different variations of the Slave One, some older, I think that's a 2000 Lego set. We have our Ghost, an A-Wing, the E-Wing, General Grievous the Starfighter. The Gauntlet, that's another 2002 set right there, and I love that 2002 set. I mean, it's got an amazing Geonosian in there, which I don't want to pull him out right now, but whew, he's hot. I think actually I might have yep, I do. I have the wing version on display, and that is a classic minifigure. We have the throne room, which this is like the 3rd version of this I have on display, so I think this one might be going into storage soon. I just can't seem to get rid of it just because I like it so much. But I do have 2 other versions of this on display. We have I think the 1999 version that has Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker in their yellow face. Then we have the 2023 version, diorama. So kind of hard to have 3 of the exact same scene on display. We have that 2002 Hellfire droid that looks absolutely amazing. Those are actually the biggest Lego wheels they've ever made. I love that set. It's so awesome to see, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. Back there, you'll see a custom set. That's a custom TIE Bomber from Republic Bricks. I won that in a raffle or something from him. I don't remember, but it was a cool little set. It's kind of weird to have it, so it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. We have the 2023 UCS Venator. Funny thing about this, I kind of mentioned this in my review of this, but they call it a Venator class Star Destroyer, but then it's called a Venator. It was kind of weird. Then I love that set, but there's some things about it. Of course, we have Admiral Yularen and Captain Rex. Keep that comma on Captain Rex. Next up, we have the Imperial Light Cruiser. We have a Star Destroyer, some Imperial vehicles. Then we have some cruisers or freighters. We got the Millennium Falcon, Republic Cruiser, Resistance Cruiser. We have the Razor Crest, the Knights of Ren. You know, you go how it goes. T6 shuttle on the end. Going down, we got that classic TIE Bomber with that blue accents. We have the newest TIE Bomber. Then we have the classic TIE Fighter and the newest TIE Fighter. So these are all of my Republic vehicles on this side. So we have the Bad Batch shuttle different variations of the Jedi Starfighter, a couple variations of the Republic fighter tank, the Y-Wing, the 2013 and the 2023 gunships. Looks like we have some ATTEs, ATDP back there, and the Juggernaut tank with variations of clones. This is that 2002 ATTE, and it's one of my favorite sets I have. That neon green color just goes super hard. And if you look right there, we have that classic 2002 Clone Trooper. Those are pretty expensive nowadays. Got some Technic down here. This is a kind of a miscellaneous shelf. It's stuff I don't really have room for, but they're kind of on display anyway. We have the, I think this is the 22 Batmobile. Kind of interesting little set. We have a Jeep back there, the Pandora. This is the only Avatar set I got. I really thought I was gonna really want those. And after building it, I was super disappointed and didn't buy another one. The TIE Silencer. We have the Galaxy Explorer. That's a really cool set. The Goat Boat. I bought those because I love the goats from that movie. We have the Krusty Krab. Believe it or not, I bought that for $3 and I bought it in quarters because I didn't have any cash. We have the Butthole Tiger, you know. Woo-hoo. Optimus Prime, the Polaroid, the Concorde, and some miscellaneous TIE fighters down there. So on the floor there, I haven't actually mounted that yet, but I haven't really figured out where I want to mount it. But we have the Waves set. Up there we have our Space. We have a Valentine's heart. That was actually really nice. I enjoyed putting that together. We have the Spaceman. And we have Mickey and Minnie. And then the Mickey and Minnie brick art. We have Iron Man. We have the 2 Star Wars ones they did. We have Jack. And of course that Ultimate Sith edition of Darth Vader, which is a staple for any Lego Star Wars collector. So, this is my Lego room. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Let me see if I can get a wide shot going. There we go. That's the whole Lego tour there. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. And tell me down below what you guys want me to do. I know this was a long video. It's probably gonna be around 25 minutes, 30 minutes long. For such a small room, you know, it's nothing like Duck Bricks or M&R where they have a whole house or basement or whatever, but this is my space and I enjoy it. Oh look, we got some magnets down there. We got one from Legoland and then one from Art of the Brick. But yeah, like I said guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and I'll see you next time guys. Bye-bye.